How are you guys? Today we'll do another project. So I think this should be the second project. Yeah, so here you can see the project. I will read for you. It's a simple project. So we'll finish quickly this project. We are expected to design a network to connect two departments in this project. So it takes not more than 30 minutes, hopefully. It might take more, but let's try to finish. And let's read. As you can see here, there are departments: supply chain department and transport department. Let me highlight here so that you can see clearly which department we are trying to connect the devices. So the devices in these two departments should communicate each other. So that's the whole idea of this project. Let me make it much bolder so that you can have a clear image. And yeah, so here are the requirements. So we need 3 PCs for each department in this project. At least three PCs or 3 internet devices. So switch and routers we should be used in this network, and we have network address provided by ICP. So as you can see here, the network address is 192.168.160.24. I'm just highlighting so that you can see it clearly. So we will configure all of the interface with appropriate ID and subnet mask. Another requirement, as you can see here, all devices in the network should be connected. So the last one is we need to test the connectivity between supply chain department and transport department. So all the network devices in supply chain department should ping to any PC or device in transport department. So these are the project. This is the project, and these are the requirements. So let's use a packet tracer, and we should use as a requirement the router. And as you can see, the requirement here, so we need to use routers and switch. So let me bring switch now. So the switch 2960 two department, right? So we will use 2 switches on the PCs as requirement. We need to deploy 3 PCs at least. So this one, and let me bring printer and put it somewhere here. So this is one for one department. So to another department, third PC here, and let me adjust, and printer, one printer. So because they might need to print something, so in that department. Okay, let's connect now cabling. So from this router to this PC, from this router to this PC, switch, from this switch to this PC, from this from this from this to this printer, from this switch to this printer, and also to another department, switch to PC. I'm cabling. So cabling is easy. As you can see here, there's a packet tracer. So if you really understand and able to configure all the devices here, able to connect all the devices here, so in real project, task is much easier. So the same. Let me do some bordering, like to have a clear border between different departments so that you can have a clear idea. So this is one department, this is another department, different color. Okay, yeah, from here, yeah, okay, yeah. I think we are fine now. So let me adjust here to put the router in the middle. That's a gateway, and let me the name from our document is supply chain department. Let's say that left side project, left side department, supply chain department. Yeah, and the other one is transport department. So let me copy this one, and all I'll do is paste there. That's transport department. So that's supply chain department, and to the right, transport department. So overall objective is to ensure the connectivity within transport department and within supply chain, and also between two departments. So employees should communicate, like one PC from transport department should send a message, email to another department, to supply chain department. So this should be done for this project. It's a very simple project. Okay, let's see what we have accomplished so far. So we have done with the first one, we have done with the second one, the two we already completed, right? So the third one is a network here. So we need to configure all interface with appropriate IP address, subnet mask gateways. We have to divide this network to two departments, right? So that means two subnets. That subnetting, if you watch the previous video, you can have an idea what subnetting means, segmenting the network, the given network. Like the ISP provide you a network, a single network, this one. Then we are supposed to divide that network into the required number of subnets, the required number of departments. So subnetting, I will not go into detail, but just to give you an idea what subnetting, how subnetting is done, you can watch the previous video, or I can make another video. So we have two departments, right? Supply and transport, so two subnets. So this is the formula, 2 raised to n equal to number of subnet. N is, as you can, as you know, is the number of bit, right? Let me write for you. So all we need is what would be this value n if the number of subnet is 2. So we replace any number that would give 2, right? So it's 1. So normal status for this class of network, the subnet mask is that one, and the binary form, when you change into binary, that decimal into the binary, you can see the binary form. And because it's a 1 bit, we need to borrow from host, from the last octet, we need to borrow 1 bit. So when we borrow 1 bit, we'll have this binary, and the decimal form we change into decimal form the value. So these are what we are looking for, like in order to do the subnetting. So we found the binary and decimal form. Then we move into the first subnet so that we can have the usable IP address to the first department, the supply chain department. So let's write the first subnet is supply chain department. So we have the network here. So the initial network is the one that was provided by the so the next one is for like transport department, all we do is we check the block size for the decimal form that we have there, right? So the block size for 225.128. Okay, let me finish this one first. Transport department, we add 0.128. That's a block size, okay, for that network. So once we found the block size, all we do is adding 128 to the last octet, 128, to find the next network for the network address to the next subnet. Therefore, if the network, the first one is 192.168.160, then all we do is we add 1 to 8, okay, and then easy to get the broadcast and usable host IP address, as you can see there. So the broadcast ID for the first one is 1 minus the next network, right? The next network. So yeah, so you can see there, broadcast network there. So the next subnet, when you add 128, if you want to go to like third subnet, third department, all you do is adding 128, right? Yeah, so this all about subnetting. Like I said, I didn't go through like each in detail because I've done the subnetting in previous. So let's configure now using the IP address we have. These are the interface. We should configure all interface using the IP address, using the usable IP address. So let's go here now to configure now, then enable configure terminal, interface range. We have to put the interface range so that we can turn no shutdown all the interface up, change into the app. You see it was red before, right? So now change the status to app, so right away it's connection established. So let's assign the IP address to each interface that we have. So for the first one, as you can see, to subnet 1 to supply chain department, we will, that means like this side. Okay, let's put the network and then to each department so that we can have the clear understanding. For subnet 1, that's the network address. We'll put in supply chain department that network address because that's the network to that side of the internet. So okay, also let's put the network address to the transport department, the initial network. That's the network, right? Okay, I'll put here. Okay, I think slash 24. That's 25. Yeah, sorry, 25. Okay, let's see that interface. That's gig 01, this is gig 00. So let's start from gig 00. First we need to assign what's usable. Okay, the usable is that one, right? For overlaps, it says. Why? Let me check what mistake I did. There is some mistake, guys. I think I need to correct something. Okay, hold on. I think I have to write the interface first. Okay, interface gig 0 0, right? And IP address. Now I have to give like the interface address separately. So yes, okay. Now we gave the IP address to gig 00 interface, and to the second interface let's assign the IP address also to 01, gig 01. That means to this side, you see this one, we have to assign the IP address and to that's subnet 2, right? The second subnet. Did I make any mistake here? Maybe. I think the first one is not 129. Okay, so let me cancel first that configuration. No IP address. Just use that command to cancel the previous configuration, because I used this like the IP address that was assigned to the second subnet. So I have to go to the subnet 1 first, because that was the address assigned to the supply chain department, because I have to stick to the project, right? Okay, now I can assign IP address to gig 00 interface 16.1. okay, 25.25 255, I mean 128. That's subnet mask, right? Okay, now I can go to the interface gig to the second department 01, IP address 192.168.1.6, then 129, 255, 255, 255, 128. All right, that's for the second subnet. That's the usable, the first IP address for that one. And then exit, I assigned already the IP address to both interface, to the router. So the do show now, I'm trying to use a command so that you can see the configuration. Do right, so that like I have to say first, when you use the command do right, then you can be able to, I mean, yeah, do show start. Okay, what was the command? I forgot the command to show the configuration. I think it's do show start. Yes, do show start. Don't forget, do show start. Okay, you see the interface gig 00 assigned already the IP address and the other interface as well. Okay, now we will assign the IP address to these devices. We go to IP configuration. Now we'll assign the IP address that is 0.2. Don't forget the interface, the router, the interface address to the router, the gateway is 0.1, 16.1, right? So we can assign like 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 to the rest of the devices. So the gateway is the same to all the devices. Gateway is like if any packet sent from these departments, from supply chain department, will use this gateway address to leave that department or that subnet. So here fast Ethernet there, so we assign static IP address. This is a printer, right? So we'll assign simply here 1 2 no 2 3 4, right? Yeah, I think 4, and we have to write 2128 here. Okay, we are saying correctly. So the next one is a PC. I think we need to assign, that one is 4, right? So we need to assign the 5 to the next device. 0.5 192.168.16.5, and we change the subnet mask to 1 to 8 in that gateway. Don't forget, gateway is the same to all the devices. That's 0.1. Okay, now we'll move to the next. We're done with that one, with the supply chain side. We move to the transport department and assign the IP address to the pieces, all the pieces. So same way that we did in supply chain. So here the network, the usable network address is 130, right? Because 129 is the gateway address, so we use the next one. The subnet mask is the same, so the gateway, default gateway is 129, right? 129. Yeah, don't forget, because we are using the number sequentially. 192.168.16, then 1, it should be 131. This 1 to 8, and default gateway is 192.168.16.16129. The default gateway is the same. Okay, printer here. Then fast Ethernet, you come here and we assign the next IP address. I think it's 133 or 32. Let me check what is the previous one. 131. So it's 132. It should be 132. 132, right? Yeah, 132. Wired out. Okay, fast Ethernet 32, not 33. That one we need to change 1 to 8. Okay, the last PC here, no, 192.168.163, and here we change the subnet mask to the last octet is 1 to 8, and the gateway address 192.168.1.6 and 129. Yeah, we are almost done the configuration, and almost we have configured both and the router. So supply chain department should communicate now to the transport department. So this what we I think are supposed to do. We have configured all the network, all the devices, all the network interface. Let's check pinging to the other department. Okay, 168.132. So that's the devices in another department. 32. That's 30. Okay. Okay, from this PC to the 30. Okay, don't forget. Let's check if we get the reply. If we get the reply, successful. Oh, successful. So we get the reply. You see? Yeah, no packet lost. Okay, let's check the second one from that department, from the transport department to the supply department. Let's send something like ping. Ping is, by the way, it's a commonly used to test the connectivity. So once you get the reply when you ping, then the game is over. So we're successful building, designing, configuring, whatever you call, to this project. So all you do is just use the same technique to design and implement and configure all the real devices in real life as well. So these are the technique, the same command, the same. So we are done with this requirement. All devices in the network should be connected using a provoke. We done that one. Test the connectivity. We done that one. We are 100% successful doing this project. Nothing remain. We're